like sugar on my tongue. One of y'all niggas gonna be fucking with me. I got two bad bitches gonna be rubbing my feet.
It's a shit show, put you front row. Talking shit, bro, let your tongue show.
There's a certain sound the 2000s had that modern music still can't fully let go of. The glossy synths, soulful hooks, oversized rap production, and late-night R&B vibes felt unforgettable the second they played through your headphones or car speakers. And somehow, a new wave of artists has figured out how to bring that energy back without making it feel outdated. These are the modern songs that sound like they were ripped straight out of the 2000s, packed with nostalgia, style, and the kind of production that instantly takes you back. Tyler, the Creator, Sugar on My Tongue.
Like sugar on my tongue.
The moment Sugar on My Tongue starts, it feels like stepping into a forgotten late-night R&B playlist from the mid-2000s. The glossy synths, dreamy vocals, and smooth bounce instantly bring back the feeling of artists like Pharrell and early Neptunes-era production. Everything about it sounds warm, stylish, and effortlessly nostalgic.
Invite me if you come.
What makes the track stand out is how naturally Tyler recreates that era without sounding like a parody. The drums feel loose, the melodies float instead of explode, and the entire song moves with the confidence of old-school luxury R&B. It feels less like modern streaming music and more like something you'd hear cruising through city lights at midnight. Instead of copying the 2000s directly, Tyler reshapes the sound into something modern and personal. Sugar on My Tongue proves nostalgia works best when it feels lived in, not recreated in a lab. Baby Keem, Sex Appeal.
Up all night, baby.
Sex Appeal sounds like the kind of futuristic rap track that would have dominated MySpace pages and underground blogs in the late 2000s. The beat feels glossy and chaotic at the same time, with synth-heavy production that echoes the experimental wave artists were pushing during that era. Keem's delivery adds even more to the throwback energy. His unpredictable flows and playful vocal shifts feel inspired by an era when rappers were starting to treat songs like performances instead of straightforward verses. It's messy in the best way possible, loud, stylish, and full of personality. But underneath the chaos is sharp control. Sex Appeal captures the wild experimentation that made late 2000s rap exciting, while still sounding fresh enough for today's generation. Toliver, No Pole. No Pole feels like floating through neon lights at 2 a.m. The production leans heavily into atmospheric melodies and hypnotic drums, sounding like the evolution of the melodic rap and R&B fusion that started taking over during the late 2000s. Don Toliver's vocals are what really sell the nostalgia. The heavy vocal layering, auto-tuned harmonies, and dreamy ad-libs instantly bring back the influence of artists like T-Pain, Kid Cudi, and early Travis Scott mixtape energy. It feels emotional and spacey without losing its rhythm. Instead of sounding dated, No Pole feels like the future the 2000s imagined but never fully reached. Smooth, hypnotic, and strangely cinematic. Brent Faiyaz, Wasting Time.
I'll share my world with you.
Wasting Time sounds like it was pulled straight from the era when smooth R&B, hooks, and luxury rap records ruled radio. The soft guitar loops, relaxed pacing, and polished vocals instantly feel connected to the slow-burning sound that dominated the 2000s.
You could have all the space.
There's also something incredibly old school about Brent's restraint. He doesn't oversing or overcrowd the track. Instead, he lets the instrumental breathe, the same way artists did during the blog-era R&B wave when atmosphere mattered just as much as lyrics. The result is a song that feels timeless rather than retro. Wasting Time captures the cool confidence that made 2000s R&B unforgettable while still sounding effortlessly modern. Corday, R&P.
One of y'all niggas gonna be fucking with me. I got two bad bitches gonna be rubbing my feet.
The second R&P starts. It feels like the doors swing open to the mid-2000s. The bright horns, energetic bounce, and playful production immediately channeled the sound of classic Kanye-West and early blog-era hip-hop.
Not to mention wealthy, ass on a healthy, young millionaire, what the fuck can you tell me?
Even the chemistry between Cordae and Anderson .Paak feels pulled from another era, back when rap songs felt fun, charismatic, and larger than life. The beat doesn't chase dark minimalism or moody trap formulas. It celebrates personality, color, and groove.
Oh, y'all ain't got nothing. Ooh, not one of y'all niggas.
That's what makes R&P hit so hard. It reminds listeners of a time when hip-hop sounded joyful, unpredictable, and full of soul. A modern song carrying the exact spirit that made the 2000s unforgettable. Lil Wayne, Uproar. Uproar doesn't just sound like the 2000s, it practically lives there. Built around the iconic G-Dep special delivery sample, the track immediately taps into the flashy, high-energy feel of early 2000s New York rap.
What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wayne sounds completely at home over the beat. His punchlines bounce rapidly across the instrumental, bringing back memories of mixtape-era Lil Wayne when every verse felt unpredictable and endlessly quotable. It feels chaotic, confident, and impossible not to move to.
Put the gun aside. What the fuck for? I sleep with the gun.
Instead of modernizing the sound too much, Uproar embraces its roots proudly. It's a reminder that some production styles never lose their energy, no matter how much time passes. Tizo Touchdown, Third Coast.
I got houses inside of houses, got cars on side of cars.
Third Coast sounds like a strange, colorful collision of early internet rap culture and futuristic pop rock experimentation. The track feels loud, rebellious, and slightly weird in the exact way 2000s alternative hip-hop often did. Tizo's energy is what really makes the song feel nostalgic. His dramatic delivery, genre-blending style, and unpredictable structure echo an era when artists were breaking rules instead of following playlists. It feels expressive, chaotic, and completely fearless. That unpredictability is exactly why Third Coast stands out. It captures the experimental freedom that made late 2000s music culture feel exciting and alive. Future, Fried.
Yeah, I'm fried. I just blew a check in a strip club.
Fried feels like a darker evolution of the futuristic trap sound that started taking shape near the end of the 2000s. The cold synths, heavy bass, and hypnotic repetition immediately recall the influence of early trap pioneers. Future's delivery adds to the atmosphere perfectly. His voice drifts through the beat almost like another instrument, creating the same spacey feeling that made early auto-tuned rap sound revolutionary back then. It's hypnotic without ever slowing down.
She tried to charge, but anyway, I gave her a little cash.
The track feels like a bridge between eras, carrying the DNA of 2000s trap while pushing it into something colder and more modern. Tory Lanez, Yessir. Yessir sounds like the soundtrack to a late-night street racing montage from the mid-2000s. The slick production, flashy confidence, and heavy bounce instantly feel connected to the ringtone rap era that once dominated clubs and car speakers everywhere. Tory leans fully into nostalgia too. His flow switches rapidly between smooth melodies and aggressive bars, recreating the larger-than-life swagger that defined so much rap from that decade. Every part of the song feels designed to hit loud.
Keep talking, I'ma let you. I'm not a nigga that you come and bring stress to.
What keeps Yessir from sounding dated is its polish. It takes the energy of the 2000s and upgrades it with sharper production and modern pacing, creating something nostalgic without feeling stuck in the past. Brent Faiyaz, Wrong Faces.
I know that you're searching for one.
Wrong Faces feels haunting in the same way many late-night 2000s R&B records did. The soft keys, distant vocals, and emotionally heavy atmosphere immediately create the feeling of an old heartbreak anthem playing through headphones after midnight. Brent's performance keeps the track grounded in that nostalgic space. He sounds reflective, detached, and emotionally exhausted, echoing the vulnerable style that made so much 2000s R&B feel personal and unforgettable.
I wish I could lay it down.
Instead of chasing trends, Wrong Faces slows everything down and lets emotion carry the song. It's proof that the emotional DNA of 2000s R&B still connects deeply today. The 2000s had a sound that felt fearless, emotional, and larger than life, and these songs prove that energy never really disappeared. It just evolved into something new. Which modern song do you think sounds the most like it came from the 2000s? Drop your pick in the comments, hit subscribe, and join us next time for another deep dive into the music that shaped generations.